to Military Strategies. We are live right now, June 21st, 2026. The moment has come, the night has arrived, and the moment has come for Colombia that fights the final battle versus Tigre Petro. Communism against the freedom of the people. Right now, at 89, in the count, 48 for Cepeda, 50 for Tigre. Family, your likes, your comments, the final stretch, the path to Colombia's freedom is in the hands of the Colombian people. We're going all in. We're going all the way to Colombia. Elections on Military Strategies. Family, your likes, your comments. Let's get started. Good evening, family. Welcome to Military Strategies. We are live right now. Right now. Right now. This is heating up. This is heating up. Right now, the vote count in Colombia is heating up. I don't know what's going to happen here. Right now, we're on the verge of a heart attack. Welcome to the final battle. The battle happening right now. $300,000 votes. Oh my goodness. With 89% of votes, 11,153,727. Well, 25. Let's give Cepeda 0 votes. 11,153,725 votes for Petro's candidate. Historic event. The communists, the leftists, to the right, on the other side of the ring. We have the man, we have the beast, we have the wild one, we have the tiger. Abelardo de la Espriella, defenders of the homeland, 11,580,989. 11,580, 48, 25 for Cepeda, 50, 50, 50-10 for the tiger. Here, every single ballot will be counted. Here live on Military Strategies. Oh my, look at what we've got right now. This is crazy. This is crazy, guys. This is heating up. This is on fire. Right now. Right now, live. We also have a connection with the Electoral Board of Colombia. Let's see what they have to say now.
What comes next is for the results to be announced and to respect the decision of the majority.
To respect the decision, and that's something we all must do. From the ordinary citizen, which is how we usually refer to the majority of Colombia's population, all the way up to the head of state, the head of the state.
Attention, there's an update. Refresh here, and Mrs. Catalina, so we can see the current update and what's happening, right, family? Let's check that update here and give you peace. Oh my God! Oh my God! What does that give up? 7,900,791 votes for Cepeda. 1,412,268,482 votes for the Tiger. Let's screw that. 90 and 94% counted. Oh my God. Oh my God, what a night. Sweating. Live right now. This is pure excitement. What could happen tonight in Colombia? What is Petro going to affect? Is Abelardo going to accept? If Abelardo wins, will Petro accept? If Cepeda wins, will Abelardo accept? Colombia is on the verge of collapse right now. Let's see what's happening here. Because there are accusations of vote buying. There are serious accusations, moreover, that Petro has mobilized the left by buying votes. Family, we are live right now. Your likes are super important. Super chat is open. Contact channels for military strategies right now. Available for the whole community.
The closer it gets, the more stressed people are, the more important it is to call for peace and calm. And the other thing this shows is that whoever ends up being elected will have to govern a deeply divided country. And they will have to choose either to widen that divide, which in Colombia could mean violence, or to close the gap and govern for everyone. And therefore change the tone of the campaigns that have taken place.
This is incredible. Let's see. In the first round, he beat Abelardo by a majority. Comfortably. Let's just say it wasn't exactly comfortable either. Brutal. Right now, there's about a 1% difference between the votes that Cepeda and Abelardo have. Something must have happened. Something must have changed. In fact, yes, that's true. Other left-wing forces must have joined Cepeda's, and also the right-wing and center-right forces must have joined Abelardo. So I'm surprised that there isn't a wider gap between the votes for Cepeda and Espriella. Petro must have done something, and someone must have intervened for the situation to be the way it is right now. If my calculations are correct, Petro must have calculated the limit, the vote ceiling for Cepeda and also for Espriella. And maybe he wanted to or not. We don't know. There's always a hidden hand there of vote buying or manipulation of elections. Careful, because of what our TV colleague just said. It's important. This shows that Colombia is divided. And in Colombia right now, as of June 22, 2026 here in Spain, it's already the 22nd, but there it's still the 21st. Sunset approaches, ending this day, the day of elections, the final battle. Colombia is a country that is divided. Colombia is a country that is divided. What could happen? If El Tigre wins by the minimum, we could end up in a scary scenario. Scary. Guerrillas, terrorism, narcos, the government not accepting the results and the streets set on fire. If El Tigre wins by a majority that's more than 5%, 5%, things might calm down a bit. But also, if Cepeda wins, how is the rest of the country going to take it? How is the 48%, 48 or 49% of voters going to take Cepeda's victory? How is that going to be? How is it possible that Cepeda wins by 100,000 more votes? More votes? More votes. Can you provoke it? A situation in Colombia right now, very, very dangerous. We have an update. We have a new update right now with the numbers. Hey! Hey! This is really heating up. 90. $97 counted. Not a point more, not a point less. 12. $1,275 for Cepeda, 12 million. 600, 10,140 and 12,610 for the Tiger. The Tiger is holding on. The Tiger is holding on by his fingernails. The Tiger is belly up right now. Scratching for every last vote. Let's go, Abelardo. We want Abelardo to win. There's no neutrality here. 90. 97. The next soda could be decisive. Family, we're live. Oh my goodness. Right now. We have Petro. We have Petro. Today, Petro came dressed in white, kind of like Nicky Jam, Daddy Yankee, or the Pope.
The decision is made by the judges. After evaluating any complaints during the review process, I will obey the judges. As stated by the law and the Constitution.
Be careful with Petro. He's hinting that he won't obey the election results.
Everything before the judge's decision counts as information. But what is binding is the judge's decision. We definitely have to protect the vote. We will hand over all the accounts and the money that changed hands to the justice system and the competent authorities. From abroad, companies, routes, locations, proper names of those who from abroad with Colombian and foreign money have tried to enslave the people of Colombia, taking away their freedom to decide. The decision is made by the judges. Well, to me, this seems serious. To me, this is not.
It's me, because I'm seeing that here the result is going to be justice. And if El Tigre has a 1% difference with Cepeda, Petro, the authorities' money, Petro is going to be the peace. Petro is not going to leave just like that. Tonight, a coup d'etat. In Colombia, looking at the current voting situation, it's just that, family, at 90, and justice, 100. It's a coup d'etat. No more. No authorities. This is an important night. I didn't think the result would be so. The money is justice. With her daughter rejected by Jane. Competent accounts. Money goes. A kind of Petro today. A lady in white. It seems that she wants to clean herself, or maybe not confuse the color of her clothes with other substances. We don't know. Petro was going to vote. He has shown his vote, again, which is illegal. Shh. Here the situation is up to the competent authorities.
we're going to have a heart attack.
We have new votes. 5-10 in Colombia. (98.22% of the count). Vote update for the 2026 elections runoff. (12,464,042 votes, Cepeda. 12,766,679, El Tigre. Here it will count up to the last vote.
From the president of the Colombians.
It is very important for the president to acknowledge the results of a process that has been fair, that has provided safeguards, that has been transparent, and
Colombian TV is still worried Petro won't accept the results.
whether their candidate wins or their candidate loses. It is very important for the President of the Republic to set that example, let's say, of democratic responsibility.
Exactly. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Victor. And
Until next time. I'm not sure when that will be, as this electoral cycle is ending, but we'll see when we meet again.
I'm not sure if there will be a next time given what's happening with Petro. I'm not so sure about that. Here, the colleagues from Colombian television are saying something that I think Petro is not going to accept.
It's not that I don't believe it. It's that El Tigre doesn't believe it either. El Tigre.
My appeal to the security forces, your oath is not to favor the regime that wants to stay through its heir. It's to uphold the Constitution and the law, and we trust in that. All in the security forces of the Republic of Colombia.
Madre mía, llamado Jalafu. My appeal to the security forces. Already called to the force. That's Cepeda voting. Yes, Cepeda voting. Oh my God, what's about to happen here? What's about to happen here? This is going to be absolute madness. Let's go quickly. Isn't moving right now. 12, 4, 6, 464, 042, 12, 7, 6, 766, 606.59 for Cepeda, 49.77 for the Tiger. A one can change the history of Colombia. A one can take Petro out of power. A one can open up a scenario that no one could have imagined. A country split in half. Let's take a look at something that I also find very interesting. The voting intention by areas, by regions. It's a detail that we could also highlight on a night like this. A very special night for the Colombian people. We send our greetings to everyone. A show of affection. Look, these are the areas where Cepeda wins. What kind of areas are they? The Catatumbo area. The Barranquilla area. The areas where the narcos roam freely. The areas where the guerrilla is present. Central areas of the country. Cepeda doesn't win there. Happened there. What happened there? Who knows? Who knows the story? But right now, a lot of tension in Colombia and a lot of fear. A lot of fear right now. Right now in Colombia.
The National Civil Registry, we have a difference of just over 1 percentage point. 48.64 for Ivan Cepeda, 12,566 votes, and 49.71 for Abelardo de la Espriella, 12,842 votes. This is with 98.91% of the polling stations counted, which means there's about 0.1% of the stations left. There are really less than 2,000 polling stations left to...
We still need that 1% to know how this story ends. We still need that 1% to know how this story ends. This is amazing to see live and to share it with you all. Thank you so much for being here with us and choosing this channel to stay informed about what's happening. Maribel, thank you so much. Vito, here is Vito. Memberships for the friends. Make sure to like. Memberships. Jason, we chose the least bad option. Cepeda being an unbearable communist doesn't make Abelardo a good candidate. Quite the opposite. I don't know much about that topic either, Jason. I'm not an expert in Colombian politics. But I do think that Colombia needs a change. Continuing with Petro's project is not the change that Colombia needs. Giving Abelardo a chance doesn't seem bad to me either. Petro has already had his chance. We should give the others a chance. See how they do. Although it's not a game. Obviously, what Petro has done has been scandalous. Fernanda Elia. Your poster showing Abelardo and Anissa El Jai with their hands raised is beautiful. I took a risk. Let's see if I have to eat my words. Let's see it. Tell me how the front page is, because I don't know.
About the possibility that the results, the E14 forms, which are the ones that are digitized and uploaded to the registry's website, could later be modified if then...
Sube.
Because the scrutineers rely on the paper E14 forms. What can you say about this, sir?
First of all, we can't talk about topics that we don't audit. We audit the system, and it provides absolute security guarantees so that those alterations can't happen. The system that is going to be used, which started being used a few minutes ago, provides absolute security guarantees.
Cepeda closes the gap with the tiger.
Precisely. That's what gives the official results that the judges of the Republic carry out. It's not done on digitized images. It's done on paper records. The paper E14S, not the ones downloaded from the system, but the original handwritten paper E14S, signed by the electoral jurors in the presence of the electoral witnesses. These are the ones used for the recount in the counting boards. Therefore, regardless of whatever might be said or not said, regarding the images that are uploaded to the web to publish the results table by table, you should know that the counting is done with another one. With a paper and not with an image. And second, with another E14. Not the E14 for transmission, but the E14 for key holders. This has been done this way for more than 30 years, and it is done with absolute security.
And, well, anyway, this is really scary. 98.91.
I would like you to tell us if this is usual or not in other countries, because we have 300,000 election observers for this election.
I'm updating again. Cepeda has cut it. Cepeda has cut it a little bit. A little bit. Just a bit, as they say in southern Spain. Just now. A little bit. It was 48.64. Sorry. Just now, it was 48.59 for Cepeda. Now it's 48.64. The tiger has come down. Let's see what happens with the possibility. I think it's the next one. That's it. I'll see. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. El Tigre keeps dropping now. The tiger is still coming down.
And as the ballots are being counted,
the tiger is still coming down right now. 49.68 for tiger. 48.67 for... How do you hold this here?
Marital status. Let's see. There's a 1% difference right now. It should be said that as the preliminary count has progressed, the gap between both candidates has been closing. At this moment, Ivan Cepeda has, let's see it on the screen, please, so that 99.24 counted. He also has 48.67% of the votes. And Abelardo de la Espriella has 49.68% of the votes. We're talking about a difference of just over 200,000 votes, around 240,000 votes.
Votamos. Both of them surpassing the, let's see, Petro to Twitter. Now,
Electoral 7,8% censo electoral. Statistics that anyone can access, like how participation increased significantly. In the first round, remember participation. Petro is crazy. It's a country where voting is not mandatory, and it's a country where, unfortunately, a lot of people decide not to participate. Well, this is, I think, a milestone, a moment.
Petro is crazy right now. Petro is already saying it should be challenged. Petro is saying that there are digital reports of forms without signatures. Oh my God.
And regarding the other option on the ballot, which was the blank vote, as we can see here, there is also a significant reduction from 2022 to 2026, from 2.24 to 1.63%. But even if we compare it with the blank vote in the first round, which was 1.71%, it has decreased for this second round of the presidential election. You were telling me, this gentleman, Alejandro Tulio from Capital.
Oh my goodness. What will happen here tonight? No. What will happen here tonight? Let's see. Is there still the mail-in vote? What other options does Cepeda have? That needs to get 300,000 votes. What other options does it? 200 and something thousand? 519. Well, now it's 523. This is going to go off now. This is going to go off now. Family, what are you thinking right then? Is Petro going to mess things up or not? I think he's going to mess things up. I think Petro has messed things up. He's messing things. I still haven't seen the update. I still haven't seen the update. You're saying that the Tiger won. This still isn't moving. This still isn't moving. No one should count their chickens before they hatch. This isn't moving. I'm here pressing F5. Attention. Attention, we've got something. We've got an update. We've got it. Latest update, 99.45%. 48.69. Cepeda 49.67. The Tiger. Abelardo. Abelardo. 49.67. A 1.
It's this one we're seeing here on the screen, bulletin number 16, which is showing a difference of less than 1 percentage point. There is less than 1 percentage point right now between Abelardo de la Espriella and Iván Cepeda, with Abelardo de la Espriella holding the lead. See, Iván Cepeda 48.69%, Abelardo de la Espriella 49.67%, and there's really very little left, just 0.5%.
Half a point.
Half a point, yes, 0.5% of the polling stations left to count, which
Mathematically,
that's it. This result doesn't change anymore, but it can still shorten the difference.
I have no opinion. I don't give my opinion because my job is only to certify what happens, not what could happen.
it doesn't change anymore. It doesn't matter anymore. Now, Cepeda has nothing to do.
In terms of territory, we have a map exactly like the one we had in the first round.
Oh my God, with 100 left. The Tiger. He beats him by 1%. For now, at worst, by half a point. At best, by 1 point. Petro. Let's go to Petro. Tonight, nobody's going anywhere. Let's go to Petro. We have a message from Petro. Petro is lying. Message from Petro. Petro is already manipulating the numbers. With the same data. The result of the preliminary count at this moment is 49.3 for Abelardo and 49 for Cepeda Layar. 49.67. Abelardo, 48.69. Cepeda, neither of them can be proclaimed president. It's the official vote count that determines who is the president. I obey the judges. Calm among the citizens. The reality is that we have a country split in half, and foreign interference taking away our freedom. A national agreement is necessary if we want to preserve our homeland and peace in the years to come. But what is the madman saying? He mentions calm, interference, and claims they want to take our freedom. Petro is already stirring things up. Petro is lying. Petro is lying. Right now, the results are not the ones he's posting. 48.69 Cepeda. 49.67 El Tigre. Currently, 7,000 people are watching the live stream. Tigre, should we call it a debacle of communism? Heads up, there's movement. There's an update. My fingers are shaking right now from pressing F5. My fingers are shaking. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. There's progress. Let's update. Here we go. Look, look, look! Look how beautiful! 49 Cepeda, 49.66. El Tigre, 99.58. The right wins by a hair and gives Cepeda the finger. I can't believe it! I can't believe it! This is crazy. This is crazy. It can't be. I can't believe it. Do you realize what's going to happen here? Do you know what's going to happen here? Do you realize the mess Petro is going to make? The mess Cepeda is going to make. But do you realize now when they go live? When Cepeda speaks now, when the tiger speaks, it's going to get crazy here. You all know the show we're about to see. This is crazy. This is absolutely crazy right now. This is crazy. I can't believe this right now. I can't believe it. What's about to happen right now is crazy. Let's see. The elections in Colombia by 1 point. Right now, El Tigre is winning. By 1 point. Right now. This guy can mess things up. He can mess things up. Man, things can happen. And serious things too. Very serious things can happen right now. Petro could unleash a wave of vandalism in the streets. He could cause trouble. Petro could do something really big right now. But we have to see what will happen.
To me that because of the amount of data coming in, the page doesn't load immediately after hearing the sound, which surely everyone watching us has been able to hear, which would already be bullet number 18. So 18 from the National Civil Registry.
We have bulletin 18.
At 100%. In the previous one, we had 99.58%.
Now we have 99.65, 40, 99.65, 48.65, 49.65, the tiger.
Once again, the difference between Abelardo de la Espriella and Ivan Cepeda narrow slightly.
It still stands. Abelardo is going to win by one vote.
Abelardo de la Espriella with 49.65.
Just one little vote.
The vote. Ivan Cepeda has 48.70% of the tables counted.
We connected. Live with Comando. Central Cepeda, Central Command. We'll see it now.
Voluntad. Each one of those votes that haven't been counted for either campaign is very important to at least provide the reassurance that whoever wins, por la voluntad, even if it's by just one vote, is truly the person chosen by the will of the people.
They can win by just one vote.
I know that you're not here to give your opinion on this or to analyze the result, but obviously when it's yes, I can tell you something. The margin isn't that small.
Because what you have to count in a runoff isn't percentages, it's votes.
250,000 votes.
Of course.
I'm saying it because 1% an hour ago was 400,000 votes. And 1% now, it was 170,000 votes.
And now 1% is almost 250,000 votes.
A larger amount. You don't have to look at percentages. You have to look at the numbers. And there's a difference, a smaller gap. A gap that's narrowing.
The tiger is about to reach the psychological barrier of 13 million. Exactly. Yes, I say it because the tiger is about to reach 13 million. This makes some kind of Cepeda has some left.
You all have to do with it.
Tell us the way.
And that's what the polls were showing. The polls were showing a slightly bigger, more significant difference. And surely this, for the followers of the candidate who doesn't win, well, it can generate not only sadness, but also surprise and even dissatisfaction or doubt regarding the
result. For many years now, there's a profession that I respect and admire a lot, which is statisticians and all the sociologists who conduct polls.
Statistics are good for nothing.
Variables that are beyond their ability to measure, especially in times of high polarization. But we also have to consider that this number we have, which we should look at, of participation above 63% also falls outside the historical range of participation in Colombia. And that's also an explanation for this parity, isn't it?
Yes. And since you mentioned that, let's reiterate what we were saying a moment ago about participation, because it really is very significant. And surely it's evidence of the level of tension or the level of concern among citizens about the possibility of the candidate they don't like winning. And so they decide, well, I'm even more determined to vote so that my candidate wins. And even though a lot of people were saying, oh, a lot of people aren't going to vote because they went to the World Cup, or a lot of people aren't going to vote because it's vacation time.
He's writing things. Is awake, watching.
Between the previous presidential runoff election, which was 58.09%, and this one, which is 63.42%.
Of course, there are 250,000 votes. That's 250,000 people. What's happening, family? Share your thoughts. We have Super Chat open right now for comments. Vito is also giving out memberships. Thank you very much, Vito. Now, Petro sobered up the tiger. Go ahead. We have to check the blank and null votes. Cepeda can't win anymore. He can't win. That's it. Petro is so important. I'm surprised the left is still tied with the tiger. I suspect there's some buying involved. I think there's a lot of buying here, but let's listen to what they say.
Close to 100%, which would be bulletin number 19. And here we'll see if the difference between the two narrows or not.
Maximum tension.
And whether the lead that Abelardo de la Espriella has over Ivan Cepeda is smaller or larger.
At this point, Petro isn't saying anything anymore.
Las urnas, y pues es un resultado que hemos conocido muy rápido.
Petro, already in the bunker.
Here is already the result of bulletin number 19. We're going to see it in
99.70.
So we have for Abelardo de la Espriella 49.65% and for Ivan Cepeda 48.71%. This is with 99.65%.
There's still a difference in votes. There's still a difference in votes. Obviously.
Here, the difference is in the increase in numbers. Cepeda goes up bulletin by bulletin. It's already a small difference, not like the one we saw at the beginning that increased.
He can't win anymore. Cepeda has lost the election in Colombia. I repeat. Ivan Cepeda Castro has lost the election in Colombia. Abelardo de la Espriella wins the election in Colombia. It's the end of a cycle. It's the end of an era. It's the end of communism in Colombia. The gap is minimal. Very minimal. But Abelardo wins the election. Let's change the title right now. Now it's done. Abelardo de la Espriella gana selections. Winner. Abelardo Espriella. Congratulations, Colombia.
And the preliminary count is coming in, but this is very low.
Or it's the official count.
Yes, that's what matters.
And it's the voice of the regime.
Yeah.
And of course, what's happening? Actually, a fact is that comparisons are always important. That in most countries in the world and throughout Latin America, the final counts start 40 to 48 hours later.
They start right away.
It's already being done.
And that too, speaking of speed, which you asked me about a few minutes ago, is also a guarantee for the people. There's no place where the papers are left sitting. We're counting papers, right?
Yes, yes.
We don't count images, we don't count algorithms, nothing. We count papers. There's no place. They leave the table, they go to the election canvassing boards, and there they are counted. It doesn't take 24 or 48 hours like in most countries. So that's also a guarantee.
Well, now we have to count, of course. It's just that. Now in Colombia, folks, we have to count one by one. But there are 250,000 votes. I don't think Cepeda is going to find 250,000 votes anywhere. I don't see it.
The votes from the assigned tables are the tables that are right here operating in Corferias, but tables that are nearby, like for example at the National University. That's right, that counting is done here and it's already being done, right? It's just that you have to wait until 100% of the preliminary count is finished. The counting doesn't start later. It's done as soon as the papers start arriving.
They are independent operations since they use different documentation. So they are independent operations. Each one has its own process. It's absolutely sustainable. It's based on its own documentation. And that's a guarantee you rarely find elsewhere.
And well, it's just so interesting, you know, to be able to share this with Colombians, because sometimes we suffer from the idea that other countries know how to do things better than we do. But when it comes to the electoral system, Colombia has been, not just for years, but for decades, showing agility, transparency, trust, and certainty. In this election, well, what else?
Claudia, not even with electronic voting are the preliminary results this fast.
Not even with electronic vote.
Let's see what Abelardo's people are saying. We're listening.
We're listening. And in every popular movement that has been built over the last few months.
Let's listen to them. Let's see what he says.
Patria. And this is the video.
Thank you for your vote. 99.74.
The next one has to be it already. I lost count. Is it the 19th or 20th?
The 20th.
The 20th. So let's wait because it hasn't loaded here yet. Do we have it already?
We have it.
Let's see. It's the same percentage difference, though. You said it doesn't matter. It's about percentage, yes.
But still, there you have it. Yeah.
Well, here it's 300,000 votes. 300 is 600.
684,994 to 12,931,544.
That's the number.
Yes, it's less than 300,000 votes. Yes, that's what we're seeing.
We'll stay that way because it's impossible for there to be more.
Yes, no, I agree.
Less than 300,000 votes.
As one.
I know what your role is, yes, and why you're here.
She's happy.
But the results are so close, so close. Understand me. Colombia, from what would be desirable, right? That it would be something much more decisive, so there wouldn't be.
Of course, the desirable thing would have been a bigger margin, 900,000 votes, 1 million votes.
I've been managing and observing elections for 25 years in more than 80 countries and hundreds of processes, and I've been here myself 10 times. And I can assure you that the numbers, which are very important, have something behind them that is even more important, which is the institutional framework. The strength of the registry office, the strength of yes.
But let's see, they won't suddenly get 300,000 votes.
Of course, it supports the electoral action in Colombia by the National Electoral Council. But the work that has been done, the preparation, the control, the role of the jurors, 6 jurors for each of the 122,000 tables, that's 800,000, yes.
But how can Petro, how can he get more than 12.5 million votes? I think there has to be some mystery about how they bought votes and for how much money. It's just impossible.
They do a later task, but also a very important one of observing, evaluating, and paying attention. There are the signatures, everything is there. The numbers match, the data is entered, and the representatives of the different political parties are asked if they have any objections. As you mentioned, the first round is always more complex since it's an election between two, while the other involved more contenders. There were no objections, and any that arose were addressed.
0.7%, the legislation.
In Colombia, although one could say it is pre-constitutional, it is old, it is stable. Everyone who plays this game knows the rules of this game and knows how to defend their position on the court. Therefore, I think we have to consider that, of course, today there will be one part of Colombia. A large part of Colombia will celebrate, and another large part of Colombia will not tilt. But Colombians, all of them, without distinction, whether they voted for one, voted, or did not vote, can be sure of the institutional strength that supports the results.
I don't trust that much, my friend. What worries me is Petro. I think Petro's going to do something.
Hey, what is Rodrigo Lara doing telling people to go out and celebrate? What happens is that there are also people who know that the left, led by Gustavo Petro, is deceitful, dirty, and filthy. He also mentioned the example of San Samper. What happens is that I think Petro is like San Samper raised to the 20th power. Without a doubt, we have a tiger on our side. It won't be easy for them to take this from us. We'll fight tooth and nail, just as we have from the start. It's just that here we haven't fought or battled only against the left.
We fought the battle here. I think there will be much to discuss. That's my opinion. I don't believe that Cepeda is going to give up like that. Well, let's see now what Cepeda says, because now they have to come out. Now Cepeda has to come out and say, we didn't buy enough. Now he's probably calling Petro and telling him, I told you we should buy 13, not 12.5. And now they're going to have a hard time. But anyway, let's see.
Here, because this is already bulletin number 21, which will load at any moment, we're coming. The gains are very small now. We're coming from number 20, which is 9.
El Tigre is still winning. Keeps going.
El Tigre.
99.77.
Here it is. Here we can already see it, 99. And, well, this difference that we're seeing remains. And yes, obviously, with such a close result, less than 200,000 votes. Well, even though not anymore.
More than 200,000 votes.
Sorry, more than 200,000 votes, even though now, well, it's mathematically impossible.
Of course. Now, this is the issue. That Petro accepts. If Petro doesn't accept, what's going to happen?
Approximately, as I just said, it stands at 49.65 for Abelardo de las Playas and 48. Sorry, it just updated here. 49.65 against the 48. That difference isn't going to fluctuate much right now, as I was saying. What we can see in this vote with what we still have left to report from the polling stations are very small changes. We have 121,740, 121,740 polling stations out of the 122,020 polling stations there are.
It's already impossible for him to catch up. Here, Petro now has to say, just stuff ballots in however possible. But now, how do you hide your 250,000 ballots? I mean, what trick, what shell game is Petro going to pull now to try to move this?
Town by town. Let's see how the results turned out, and even have the possibility to compare with publications from previous elections to see if the number of voters increased significantly or not. If this raises any suspicion or not, you can go to the page. Any Colombian can do this. This isn't exclusive to those of us covering the event because we're journalists. Any Colombian can do this. So let's go to the page so people can see. I left from the Here I Am section. I left from where the...
Very worried. It's concerning. Look, it's a victory, but it's not the victory we were expecting. This also has to be... This also has to be important. There is a big job. There is an important job that Abelardo has to do now in the country, if he becomes president. Basic strategy says, you're behind on the Colombian elections, right? We're watching in real time. Thanks, my friend. Thank you. This is live, F5, refresh, that's it. Bye. He can't do anything. It's less dramatic. No, sorry, but he can do something. Petro can set Colombia on fire. It's not being dramatic. It's just that I don't trust him. For years. In the places where they've come to power, they haven't left. Just ask Venezuela. Just ask Cuba. Just ask Nicaragua. They don't leave willingly. Just ask Bolivia. They don't leave willingly. But yes, it's true. There's one thing Abelardo has ahead of him: to govern a country that is divided. It's going to be tough. It's going to be very tough. Let's see Donald J. Trump. What has Donald J. Trump said about this topic? So far, nothing. POTUS is not talking about this. For now, POTUS is staying silent. He remains silent. We need to look at Cepeda's statements. And he accepts defeat by 250,000 votes. More than 250. 250,000. There's an update number 22. This is already clear. 1 Cepeda, 49.65 Abelardo. Cepeda keeps going up. But he doesn't make it. He doesn't make it. There's more than 230 votes of difference there. The numbers don't add up. The numbers don't add up for him. The numbers don't work out for him. Celebration in Cali. Right now there are tiger celebrations in Cali. Let's see what they're saying around here.
That's worth a vote.
We have to, at the moment we share the results, we have to honor that fundamental principle on which democracy rests.
And that every vote counts. And that's why we're here until the last report that can give us 100% of the count. Because that's what gives Colombians peace of mind. What can tell the citizens that their vote was indeed counted in the count, whether they're happy or not happy with the result? Well, this is the will of the majority of the population. Even if it's just one more person who voted for their candidate than for the opposing candidate.
These are the rules by which civilized countries operate.
These are the rules by which a rule of law state operates.
Yes, but the thing is, Colombia is not a civilized state. There is a president who does everything but that.
Thank you. The mandate that is given to the winner. That's why it's the most civilized system. Because it's the one that replaces force.
Well, I have to let you go now, but I want to ask you for one final comment. And what can we do better in Colombia so that people feel even more at ease with the result?
I don't think it can be done better. It's just what always needs to be done.
You always have to keep people informed.
You always have to be rigorous with the information from the start.
You always have to call for responsibility, especially from those who hold public or government positions.
That's a fail, Petro. A fail.
To inform properly. Not to stoke fear. To defend the rights of your own supporters, tooth and nail, but not at the expense of... And fundamentally, to keep working to make what goes on behind the scenes more transparent and better understood, right? The behind-the-scenes operation where the data is processed and the work gets done. The logistical task surrounding an election is unmatched. There is no mobilization of people as large, not even in the case of a catastrophe. Because catastrophes never affect the entire population across the whole territory. Just think that today, according to these numbers, today, between 8 in the morning and 4 in the afternoon, 26 million people left their homes, went to polling stations, and did the same thing all across the territory. Go, identify themselves, take a ballot, make a mark, and place it in the ballot box. That ritual that is repeated, but is sacred, is unique. Because there is no other activity like it, not even the World Cup, where 20 million, 26 million people in such a short period of time mobilize in exactly that way.
It really is a monumental operation.
There's an update.
While you're already heading elsewhere, I'm going to read this bulletin and then I'll move on to our next guest. Thank you very much.
It's been a pleasure.
Well, I say the same to you. Come on, I'll welcome you.
And now let's take a look at this new bulletin from the registry office. Let's see it.
What is it telling us? 989,
84, 4. 12,699,040. Epera, 12,949,041. The tiger.
And that In terms of votes, it doesn't change. It's less than 300,000 votes difference. We don't have any more. It doesn't change. Number 23, which is the bulletin we can see with 90 and 99.
He's playing hard to get
84 from the vote. He's playing hard to get, looking at 100%. 49 point at 100%. 49.65 for Abelardo de la Espriella.
Yeah, this is incredible. I want you to start connecting now with Cepeda's central command, Petro. Let's see if he shows up there. Have them connect with the Tiger and see if they can get the boat to take a spin this time. Things are going to happen. Tonight, things are going to happen. Tonight, things are going to happen in Colombia. They're going to happen. Uribe has already said so. Let's look for him. Uribe Perez. 4.9 million followers on Twitter. President from 2002 to 2010. Let's watch the message. And be careful because Uribe warns. Uribe raises the alarm. Uribe knows what's going to happen. He has been president of Colombia. First reactions inside Colombia. Dr. de la Espriella and Dr. Jose Manuel Restrepo won. Cepeda, who had the support of the illegal campaign of Gustavo Petro's government, the buying of votes and the imposition by narco-terrorist groups that forced many communities to vote for Cepeda. We are sure that Dr. de la Espriella will lead a government of democratic recovery that will be useful for all Colombians. We cannot allow any more tricks from Petrochavismo. Family, we are live right now on military strategies. We need likes. A lot of likes, considering what we're experiencing tonight. Right now, everyone is broadcasting. What's happening? What's going on? In Colombia, all Spanish-speaking content creators are talking about the same thing, doing their part. Most of them are supporting Tigre. Oh my God. Well, I think tonight is going to be very interesting in Colombia. I think we're going to have a good feeling that Petro has lost. That's undeniable now. But we have to be cautious. Colombia is facing an enemy that doesn't play by clear rules or transparently. We have to pay close attention to what will happen here tonight and what is going to happen. I'm not sure about it. I insist. I'm not sure about it, even though the numbers are there. I don't trust it. I don't trust this guy.
The decision is made by the judges. After evaluating any complaints that may arise during the review, I will obey the judges. As stated by the law and the Constitution. Everything before the judge's decision counts as information, but what is binding is the judge. We must protect the vote. Undoubtedly, we will hand over all the accounts and funds that were transferred from abroad to the justice system and the competent authorities. Companies, routes, locations, proper names of those who from abroad with Colombian and foreign money have tried to enslave the people of Colombia, taking away their freedom to decide. The decision.
It's going to be tremendous. Be cautious in Spain. Things are happening there too. Today, Monday, it's already 1 o'clock in Spain. Be careful what's going to happen in Spain. Because they want to get us involved too. Communism. Another one. Be careful what's about to happen. I'm warning you now. Tomorrow, today, they're going to get to work on something.
Estrepo, two prepared people who love our country, I know both understand their great responsibility to govern for the Colombians who elected them. Watch what's happening in Medellin. From Medellin, we are fully willing to work together and move forward with projects for the people. Abelardo had great support in Medellin and Antioquia, and Jose Manuel is another paisa. This is a city full of good, hard-working people, eager to move forward and who never lost faith in Colombia.
We must not lose faith. We must not lose la fe. You can't lose. Let's see. What is going to be done? What is the security forces going to do? What is the army going to do? What is the police going to do? What about the emergency services? What are the judges going to do? How are they going to do it? What is he going to do? We already know what El Tigre is going to do. He's going to clean up Colombia. But will they give him the broom to clean up? No.
Millions of dollars to destroy them. To destroy us? Me too. And I hope I can live a little longer to see Colombia develop even more.
All right. One question. The one on the right, is she your daughter too? It's just a question. Or is she your new girlfriend or the new girlfriend? The other one went shopping and never returned. There's a new update. No update. Look at how this is. 12,697,12, 12,697,000, 12,944,000. It doesn't change. It doesn't change. They stay the same. Now it's just maintenance. We're watching Petro.
It's just to destroy the ways of thinking that I represent as president, and as a political fighter, which I am and will continue to be. They are the daughters.
Okay.
In my opinion, I don't think I'll ever be a candidate in any election again. This is the last one I take part in here already as head of state. I hope it will be decisive. I won't be an annoying old man. Right? Hanging around, bothering Colombians who already deserve a new era. Hopefully democratic, free, and just as we have thought and defended, even with our own lives and our actions, which have never been separated from what we have thought and said. Thinking, speaking, and doing is the coherence of a human being.
It's a small advantage. Now, they might want to win with violence, what they haven't won at the polls. They've brought everyone out of the house to vote for Cepeda. Everyone's been brought out of the guerrilla area. Look at the image. This is today's video. A lot has happened today. All right. A lot of things. A lot of things have happened in the world. A lot. Right now, Petro's face must be the same as the Prime Minister of Pakistan's when Iran left. For those who hadn't seen the previous show, this is what happened.
Of the peak. It has
Been epic. The face of the Prime Minister of Pakistan when he went to Iran. I'm saying international embarrassment. Horrible. What a day. June 21st, 2026. So many things we've seen today. What we've seen and what's happening today. Let no one forget this. It's the face. It's the face. It's like when you lose the World Cup. Let's go see El Tigre. Why haven't we seen him? He's Trump's candidate. None has come out yet. None has come out yet.
We need to add audio because people are, that's a celebration.
El Tigre hasn't spoken yet. Cepeda hasn't spoken yet either. We still don't have everyone. All right, let's talk.
Un proceso. A process that has been moving forward. The registry office, all the state entities, we have provided the country with a quick and efficient preliminary count. A process where all the polling stations and voting tables were set up. A task carried out with absolute integrity. Once the judges carry out the municipal canvass, a second phase begins, which is known as the departmental canvass, carried out by the delegates of the National Electoral Council and concludes with the national canvass conducted by the magistrates of the National Electoral Council, who consolidate all the information and declare the results. The registry office does not do the counting. It does not declare the results. From this point on, the task is carried out by Colombian judges and the National Electoral Council, which by constitutional authority declares who is the next president. So to all the citizens, thank you for the job you did. To all the institutions, thank you for the way we coordinated this work to achieve an exemplary historic election day with participation levels that had never been recorded before in our country. Thanks to the people, we are proud of what happened today. And now we simply need to pay attention to the second process and wait for the decision that the National Electoral Council will make. Good night. I give the floor to the Inspector General.
Good evening. I believe that the intervention of Mr. National Registrar of Civil Status has been sufficiently clear and forceful. I want to thank the Colombian people, the campaigns, the candidates, and the parties for their good behavior in today's electoral event. We truly expected that, and that's how it happened. There wasn't a single incident that marred the event anywhere in the country. The transparency and the calm with which the election should be held is an achievement for all Colombians. Along those lines, I also want to thank everyone for widely embracing the proposal for electoral peace, which also achieved its goal. Because I repeat, there were no incidents to regret, and all the voting took place in a normal, calm, and peaceful manner with the presence of witnesses, in front of the table jurors, and with the presence of oversight bodies. Now, another stage begins, as indicated by the electoral law, and this will be the final one, the declaration of the election. What we have there is numerical information that is submitted, because that's the procedure and the legal protocol to the review carried out by the scrutineers, who are judges. So, there is an indication there of a preliminary count result, which is important. It is indicative of an electoral reality, but legally it is not binding or definitive, only when the official count is carried out. And the Electoral Council, which is the highest authority, will do what its authority requires to close that process. In the meantime, just as during the electoral year, from March 8, 2025 until today, we have observed calm behavior, considerate toward opponents, without aggression, without violence. Let's continue doing so in this new stage that is beginning. The parties and the campaigns know very well what the procedure is and what resources and rights they have from the moment each polling station finishes the preliminary count. They, more than anyone, must be attentive to exercise their rights and make them count. The Inspector General's office, as the head of the public ministry and as an autonomous and independent entity, has been present, is present now, and will continue to be present for as long as necessary. Physically present, in person, ensuring that the procedure established by law is followed, so that all reviews, challenges, and requests made within the legal process are fully carried out. That is called the function of guaranteeing the enforcement of the legal order throughout the country, and also ensuring the enforcement of the legal order in matters of public order. A polite request and a final recommendation. Just as we have behaved well, hopefully evil will not prevail. And those who stir up violence and hatred through the misuse of social media should refrain from getting involved and let the judges have peace, as has always been the case in our legal tradition. Let Rajada Petro have the final word. The Inspector General's office will monitor and stay alert so that when the final result is announced by the Electoral Council, it will be the one that truly reflects the electoral reality and the legal truth. No other, because that is our duty. We have been neutral and impartial, and we will continue to be so for as long as it takes to determine who will be in the Casa de Nariño starting August 7th. That is something that will happen for sure. And for those who are dissatisfied with the result, the recommendation is to use the remedies and procedures established by law, which are numerous. And the Attorney General's office is also ready to ensure that they are followed and fulfilled. We defeated abstention once again. That's 3 wins in a row, each time with more votes. A participation rate of over 63% speaks very well of our democracy and of our citizens of voting age with an ID card. Over 25 million voters, far more than in the first round or the congressional elections. It indicates that there is enough maturity here to calmly go through the remaining steps before declaring the President of the Republic and the person who will assume the role of Vice President. The electoral peace is still active. The electoral peace is now in the hands of all Colombians, not just the institutions.
So, the electoral peace goes on. Look at what Maria Elvira Salazar just wrote, saying, congratulations to the President-elect of Colombia, Abelardo de la Espriella. Colombians made history today, sending a clear message for freedom, security, and opportunity. They remain stronger than the failed ideas in our hemisphere. The best is yet to come.
We were listening to the message from Bueno.
So pay attention to this. Petro is already targeting Israel. Petro is already targeting Israel. Petro is blaming Israel for manipulating the elections. All the evils that happen in the world are Israel's fault. If tomorrow a whale gets stranded, on the coast of Colombia, it's Israel's fault. If tomorrow a meteorite falls on Colombia, it's Israel's fault. If tomorrow the extraterrestrials decide to come to Earth for the first time in Colombia, it's Israel's fault. Everything is Israel's fault. Remember it. According to Petro, it's Israel's fault. Pay attention to this. I warned that the Bautista Brothers software was vulnerable according to the 2018 ruling by the Council of State, and that it should be replaced with public software. I requested an expert audit of the Bautista Brothers software in time, and the registrar did not allow it. All right. Today we have evidence of a change in IP addresses of several servers from the National Registry. It means that the software was breached and data from polling stations and polling places was written by others. The only one in the world with the capability to do that is the State of Israel. I will provide the judges with the exact change servers so that they can carry out an expert audit of the electoral software, which has not been done, to do it during the actual counting process. I request a review of all the polling stations and a recount of all the votes with analysis of breaches in the electoral software and the polling stations that were affected. And you know something? I'm sure of it, that the polling stations that Gustavo Petro is going to challenge are all the ones that are in orange. All the ones that are in orange. Petro is not going to look for invalid votes in the ones that are in purple. For one, 99.90%. 99.90%. 12,701. PIDA. 12,012,949. The Tiger. 250,000 votes, more or less. Less than 250,000. How is this going to end?
Departmental or general scrutineers are now 2 delegates from the National Electoral Council, not judges. It's the National Electoral Council, not the registry office. So it goes from the citizens who are the jurors to the judges of the Republic. First, Colombian citizens, they are consolidated as jurors. Then the judges of the Republic review it and then hand it over to the National Council and its delegates. They consolidate the department, finish up the department, and then move to Bogota to hand it over to the National Electoral Council. The 32 departments plus Bogota, and they count the votes from the polling stations that operated in the 67 countries where voting stations were set up. The National Electoral Council, in this case, will no longer announce results.
Petro continues. 6 minutes ago, Petro, here in real time. Let's see Petro's latest. They're not letting the attorneys monitoring the official count into Corferias in Bogota. I ask the national police and the scrutiny judges to let all the scrutiny lawyers in. Only judges decide who becomes president of Colombia. Any declaration of victory in the elections today is just a wish. Petro has bought the judges. Petro has bought the judges. Well, the situation Colombia celebrating about the tiger. It seems like there are people who are happy. There are people who are happy. There are other people who aren't so happy right now. Nerves in Cepeda's camp. Serious nerves.
We'll be right back. It doesn't matter. And another recognition to that brigade of scrutinizing lawyers who will begin their work tomorrow. President Petro has just warned that there are inconsistencies and irregularities. We are going to ask our witnesses all over the country to challenge the ballots that need to be challenged. We are going to ask our lawyers and scrutineers who go into action tomorrow at 8 in the morning to keep a close eye on the results of this election. And we are going to demand that the electoral authorities and the administrative and criminal oversight authorities find out who bought votes. On the coast and in another region of the country.
Serious accusations of vote buying by El Tigre. People say they've bought votes. Let's go, Colombia, let's go. Maybe we won't win the World Cup, but we've won freedom. Let's go, Colombia. Let's make it a double. Cave just has to win.
Colombia has a new president.
Today, Colombia won its most important match. And to win the future and to solve Colombia's problems, we need to establish a very close alliance with the United States of America. Not only is it our main trading partner, but also our most important strategic ally in the fight against organized crime. Stand firm for our country.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And Colombia has a new president.
Maria Elvira Salazar is there.
Today, Colombia won its most important match. And to win the future and to solve Colombia's problems, we need to establish a very close alliance with the United States of America, which is not only our main trading partner, but also our most important strategic ally in the fight against organized crime.
Petro should get ready because he's going to end up in court in New York.
We're already heading down. We're traveling down the river. We're off. We left through the river in the back. We're off.
To go vote. They've mobilized everyone. They've taken everyone. And there are people saying out there that it was at gunpoint. Check this out. Things that are happening right now. One. People celebrating. People celebrating. But in other places, things have happened that are not celebrations. Cartagena. They say it was a truck loaded with votes for the far-right candidate. Oh my God. Hey. It's just that this. How many people do we have? Cepeda is speaking. Cepeda is speaking.
3 blank votes, 1 null, 216. Let's go down to see if there are any observations. Tan, there are no observations. A recount, no. For the witnesses, it was clear. All 6 voting jurors are present. Ready? Where is it? Do you know if the crossed out number is correct? What does it say there? 19 or 59, based on the 2 votes. What are the jurors doing? What do the judges say? That when there is doubt from the judges, a recount can be done, or in this case, the recount, in case there is a recount, it proceeds when there is a crossing out or a correction. This is one of the tables where electoral witnesses may request a recount.
Because there is this crossing out
Of the electoral results. I mean, someone could say, no, for me that was a 1, for me that was a 5. That's a 6. Recount it. Do you have doubts? Recount it.
However, there is no record, nor was there a need to do a recount because the witnesses didn't request it. And probably...
This is the one that is digitized, which is one of the 3 copies.
Probably in the one they're going to. Very diverse political backgrounds have accompanied us to achieve this very significant result today. Applause.
Thanks to the historic pact, the most important one, political force in the country. Comratio multi y diversa. Thank you, comrades of the Alliance for Life, from the 16 political groups that are present with us in our great, broad, and diverse coalition. Thank you to the congresswomen and congressmen, to the political leadership,
to the militant members, supporters, collaborators, both women and men, who have reaffirmed our presence as a pact and as an alliance for life in every corner of the country. Thank you to all the committees, to the National Committee, to the regional committees. Thank you to my team, who have tirelessly carried out this campaign. Thank you to my family. Thank you to all of you. Cue applause! We are proud and satisfied with the campaign we have carried out. We have reaffirmed the authenticity of our political project. We have not resorted to lies, to disguises, to lying to the voters about our proposals. We have spoken frankly and clearly, without using dirty propaganda methods, artificial intelligence, or manipulation of public opinion. Applause. We have not fallen into showbiz politics. We have not gone out to sell a product. We have gone out to call on the Colombian people to mobilize politically.
Applause. 1 second. Switching cameras. We're switching cameras for a second.
Dirty propaganda, dirty artificial intelligence, or manipulation of opinion. We haven't fallen into political theater. We haven't gone out to sell a product. We have gone out to call the Colombian people to mobilize. Applause. We haven't squandered huge amounts of money. We haven't sold our ideals in corrupt political alliances, nor have we bought the conscience of the citizens through vote trafficking.
Of course not. Of course not. Of course. That's why you got 12 million.
We haven't turned to any foreign government to interfere or meddle in our elections.
Applause.
We haven't gone to traitors. We haven't gone to seek what cannot be obtained through the favor of the citizens by trying to achieve it through foreign interventionism in Colombia. Applause. We have carried out a campaign full of integrity, loyalty, transparency, honesty, and ethics. And here we are before the Colombian people to tell you that we are an undeniable force in Colombia. Applause. Our program is a program that meets the needs of the country, that has shown 4 years of success, that has shown the ability to transform the lives of millions of people, that has lifted 4 million Colombians out of poverty, that has started the first agrarian reform in the history of Colombia. Applause. And at the center, environmental policy, the defense of life, of water, of the páramos, that has made democracy a fundamental part of social life. Applause. For all those reasons, we want to say, thank you, Comrade President Gustavo Petro. Applause. Thank you for opening the path to change and social transformation. Thank you for having faced the most sinister powers. Thank you for having fulfilled your duty to the Colombian people. Let's give a hug to President Gustavo Petro. Excited from everyone, from every corner of the country.
It's incredible what we're seeing right now. It's the destruction of the Communist Party, for those who don't know.
To those who are on the other side of the political spectrum, calm messages, peaceful messages, but firm messages. We are not going to allow it. We say it clearly. Making use of the strength of democracy, mobilization, and political action. That the social achievements we have built over these years in Colombia be rolled back. Applause. We will not allow democracy to be violated. Nor are we afraid of threats to disrupt our political activity. We are already very seasoned in Colombia. We are a resilient force with the ability to survive.
Yes, resilient terrorists from the FARC and ELN.
No democracy we will not allow.
While this idiot Cepeda is threatening the people of Colombia, things are happening there with the tiger. Attention.
We are not going to allow them to take away our living wage. We will not allow them to take away from the elderly who have been abandoned until today and until this government, the pension bonus and the achievements of the pension reform. We will not allow public education to be destroyed. We will not back down.
Images, top left, the tiger.
We are a decisive force. And those who think it's possible to ignore it are mistaken. Here we are, and you have to talk with us. Decisions are not imposed on us arbitrarily or authoritatively. And the second message is this. It is clear that today we are facing a country that has been counted at the polls, and that is almost exactly divided in half among the electorate. So our invitation, calm, thoughtful, and rational to dialogue and to seek a national agreement that allows us to solve the big problems.
Begging for survival. That wants to survive no matter what. It's either we survive together or we go to hell.
As long as it is respectful, authentic, and is reflected in political actions that benefit the nation and preserve the historical achievements we have already made. So, comrades, today is a great day because we are a decisive force. Let's go to the official vote review. Let's go to social mobilization. Let's continue building the great changes and transformations that Colombia needs.
They want to burn the country.
Who was assassinated in a coup in Chile used to say, history is ours, and it is made by the people. We have full confidence, absolute trust in the Colombian people, and we will continue building with them, for them, and by them, the great social change that Colombia needs. Forward, comrades! Long live this historic pact! Long live the Alliance for Life! Long live the historic change of Colombian society. Hugs to everyone.
Cepeda is finished. Cepeda threatens to burn things down. Cepeda says, they're not going to take our payments away. They're not going to take away the easy life we've achieved. Cepeda threatens
A country that has just voted and spoken. Images above of what's happening while waiting for the arrival of El Tigre.
Thank you all. Thank you for your perseverance, for your persistence, and for being attentive and accompanying this electoral process. Have a wonderful afternoon.
Opinion. What we just heard from Cepeda, on one hand, he still hasn't admitted that he lost the elections, but it was made clear that he actually has. He did it from a stated perspective. Careful. We are not going to allow ourselves to lose the privileges we have gained in power. We are not going to allow it. And we are going to use social mobilization to prevent the loss of power of communism in Colombia. This is dangerous, very dangerous. From a social point of view, they can set the streets on fire now, but the streets are talking. Images.
The President of the Republic of Colombia, Abelardo de Espriella.
She sounded firm for the homeland with honor.
Abelardo will know, the people will choose him. Colombia Street.
Miracle, sir.
Tell me how it feels.
It's a party right now. Where are Cepeda's people coming out to celebrate their victory? If they have one, but they don't have one. They have bought votes from the rural areas. That's where they've gotten all that from. It's just that the map doesn't. I'll say it again. If we look at the map, which, by the way, this must already be at 90. Look at this. What? 99.93%. 12,703,000. Cepeda, 12,951,000. Abelardo, I don't count the numbers below since, well, 1,000 more or less doesn't matter. And besides, they're practically the same. The numbers are 8.6 for Cepeda, 8.56 for Abelardo. If we go here, territory issues are the areas in the Amazon, Catatumbo, that whole region, rural. They got people out of their homes to vote. They've made it clear. We must win here with Cepeda, or we all go to hell. It's that clear. So, of course, these guys have started getting votes in these areas. But they haven't been enough to stop El Tigre. El Tigre, the tiger has eaten today. El Tigre. But its life is in danger. Be careful, since what they couldn't win at the polls, they'll try to get another way. Let no one be mistaken. Petro already said he doesn't recognize it. the results and that Israel is behind it. Petro does not recognize it. Now let's see what will happen. Because it's going to be a problem. It's going to be a serious problem. Petro is not willing to give up power. And he's with the tiger. They're there with music. They're giving it their all. Festive atmosphere. A new Colombia is being born. At last, it comes out to freedom. Colombia is once again free at this moment. Let's see what happens. Colombia. I think it's going to be a very interesting day. I also think that we're going to see a lot of headlines about what's happening in Colombia. That's right, family. We have to congratulate the tiger. But tell him, tiger, be careful. Be careful, tiger. This, a jungle. And in the jungle, there's no room for mistakes. A mistake. In the jungle, it translates into losing your life or something else. So be careful with this. Be careful with this, tiger. Because right now, what's happening to you, it's a change for all of Colombia. And this is also a message for Cuba. You are left alone. You still have Mexico. You still have Nicaragua. They're going to find themselves alone. Very much alone. Let's see how they get out of this. And if this doesn't turn into a little Bolivia, with everything that comes with it. But today is a very beautiful day for the people of Colombia. It's a special day for the people of Colombia. Very, very special. Very big. Now, Petro can call people to the streets, to set the streets on fire, a quemarlas. Be careful. Cannot let no one lose their way in life. The ballot boxes have spoken. Maria Corina just posted. We have a message from Maria Corina. The opposition leader of Venezuela, Maria Corina Machado. Congratulations to the President-elect of Colombia, to Abelardo de Espriella for this victory, and to the dear Colombian people for a great election day. Today, Colombia has spoken with strength, hope, and determination, reaffirming its commitment to freedom, democracy, and peace. May God bless Colombia. In this new stage, we know that we will have a great ally in Venezuela's democratic transition. And if together we achieve the prosperity and security of our people, long live a free Colombia and a free Venezuela. Maria Corina Machado. Well, that's how it is. That's how it is. Now let's go for Mexico. Thank you. Let's go for Cuba. Let them fall one by one. They must be freaking out right now. Freaking out. We'll see what happens. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much for being live with us. Tomorrow, the show will recap Colombia's past highlights, current events, and upcoming happenings. We'll go leave if anything happens. Now we will follow the Colombian transition. I think it's a good example. Colombia is a huge country. That transition from communism to freedom is going to be a big challenge. And we'll see how this whole operation develops. Step by step. Thank you for all the super chats. I've shown most of them during the program. Thanks for the memberships, and thanks to Judy and Juan Bravo too. Judy is happy for Tigre Colombia. Leo Libre, you're respected and loved for your strategies. We've shown a lot of messages. Thank you for those memberships and for being here with us. Family, I'm leaving. It's been a hard day at work. But that's how it is. Happy, very happy for Colombia. Very happy for Colombians. Very happy for the world. That it is free from Cepeda and Petro. For now, let's see tomorrow what they do or what trouble they cause. Please subscribe to the channel and leave your likes and comments about everything that's happening right now. It's worth it to stay here, to find out the truth and not lies. See you in the next show, here on Military Strategies. Greetings.